Hello, this is Todd Luck, and man, has it been an amazing San Diego Comic-Con. There have been so many different announcements for so many franchises. I just did a video on the Tarzan announcements, and obviously there have been really big stuff for Marvel and DC, but man, what a convention for Masters of the Universe. And so I was kind of waiting to do this video to see if there were any additional ones, but I think they've made all the big announcements they're going to make right now, and they've answered all the questions that they're going to answer. And so I'm going to go over the announcements and reveals real quickly on toys and the shows. And if you want to see the toys that were on display at San Diego Comic-Con, I highly recommend checking out Pixel Dan's channel. He's got some great videos on that. So anyway, let's get started. So obviously the biggest announcement, both literally and figuratively, would be the Ternia Playset. They are actually making this for Masters of the Universe Origins. It's going to have everything the original playset had, motorized tram, all that, plus more, and it's going to be pretty amazing, it looks like. It was on the show floor. Now, there's a whole bunch of figures that are shown, kind of giving you an example of how you could use this. Keep in mind, though, that the Snake Men that you're seeing are customs, and so that's just kind of showing you how you can mix and match parts between Snake Men and repaint them. But those snake soldiers are not actual figures that are going to come out. However, everything else on there is, including this 5.5-inch figure of King Grayskull from the Masters of the Universe Revelation animated series. And this was actually shown in a video that Mattel was showing of this playset. And some people are speculating it might come with the playset. It's supposed to be a crowd-funded project, and, who knows, maybe King Grayskull will be a stretch goal. We'll just have to see whenever this thing goes up for funding. So as far as the other figures went, you could see a Origins version of the 2000X Snake Armor He-Man, which is coming, and there is also a Snake Armor Skeletor as well that we can see right here, along with those Skeleton Warriors that we keep seeing on the packaging. They are confirmed as figures that you can get. And right here we have Thunder Punch He-Man and Tongue Lasher, both of those confirmed to be coming. And then we have Mechanec, who is coming with the Road Ripper, which is awesome. Now, Mechanec will not have his action feature. You're going to pop off his head and then pop on the extended neck, but that's cool. Again, it's a collectible action figure, and so that's going to be perfect for posing. And so for the Sunman Rulers of the Sun figures that are part of Origins, they said that they plan to make all of the original figures from that line, plus ones that were planned but never came out. And they had a few at the show, and what you're seeing is Hypno, Boltman, and Space Sumo. And Space Sumo is going to have a Mattel Creations release, and that's the card back you're seeing behind him. But he's also going to be in a Target 3-pack, and this is available to pre-order right now. And that 3-pack is going to have Pigman, Sunman with the flat top hairdo, and Space Sumo in this 3-pack. So if you're interested in that, go get it. And so yes, those Snake Men you saw earlier in the Ternia display were customs, but we're getting real Snake Man, kids. So here is Rattler and Cobra Con, and you'll notice the packaging is different. So they're going to start rebranding the packaging for the Rise of the Snake Men. And so you see a snake symbol at the top there, and then the blister card actually has a texturing to resemble scales on it, which is kind of interesting. And of course, you saw Tongue Lasher earlier. Here is King Hiss, and he will be able to transform. His arms and head will pop off like the other classics figures, and you've got that snake buck underneath of his chest. And so what you're going to do is you're going to pop on his snake arms and head to create the snake form, and those arms will be longer than the original figure, so fans won't complain as much. And here you're seeing the first wave of Rise of the Snake Men figures. So you've got Snake Armor He-Man, you've got Boltman from Rulers of the Sun, and then you have two actual Snake Men, Rattler and Cobra Con. And Mattel Creations is doing a release of Camo Con, and Camo Con is a infamous foreign variant of Cobra Con that had claws and a different paint job. And so they're going to recreate that in Origins with a bunch of extra pieces that you can mix and match on the figure. And what you're seeing here is how they're going to do the attack of Cobra Con. They're going to have a blast effect that you plug into the mouth. It does not appear that Cobra Con or Camo Con will be able to spray water, and that's okay. I'm an adult. I don't need to necessarily run around and spray my neighbors with a Masters of the Universe Origins figure. And Mattel Creations is also doing a 40th anniversary He-Man set, and so this is going to be He-Man in the different He-Man cartoons, and so you're going to have Filmation, New Adventures of He-Man, 2000X He-Man, and the CG Netflix He-Man. Unfortunately, Revelation is not included in this. However, it is very easy to make your own Origins version of Revelation He-Man. You just take the head and the harness from the Masterverse figure of Revelation He-Man and put them on your Origins He-Man body, and there you go. You've got your Revelation He-Man. And I still think that head from Masterverse He-Man makes a great Adam head. And speaking of Masterverse, we're finally done with Origins, and so here are the Masterverse reveals. We got New Eternia Stratos and Shadow Weaver over to your left, followed by the Sorceress and God Lyn from Revelation with Frosta from Princess of Power squeezed in between the two. And then over on your right, you have Manny Faces. This is probably a New Eternia version of him with Pighead, who is from Rulers of the Sun. And then in the lower right corner, we have New Adventures He-Man, which is available to pre-order right now on Target. And earlier, you probably noticed Sorceress Evil Lyn in the background of one of those shots, and of course Roboto, both from Revelation and both coming to Masterverse. And there were new figure reveals for the CG line from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe on Netflix. And so you have Merman, Mossman, and Hordak. And this means that they're probably going to be in Season 3. However, just because they have a figure doesn't mean they're necessarily going to have a major role. It could certainly be a cameo, which is kind of what I expect was probably going to happen with Hordak. They also showed a trailer for Season 3. And so Skeletor, of course, comes back from the dead as a big ugly monster thing like he has in the comics and in Revelation. I really hope that they can get this out of their system so we can move on to other stories. But it's happening again in Season 3 of He-Man and Masters of the Universe, and it is going to be on Netflix on August 18th is when you'll be able to stream that. As far as Season 2 of Revelation, which is going to be called Masters of the Universe Revolution, all they said was that William Shatner will be playing a character in that series, and they wouldn't say which one, and that's it. They're still just repeating, like, He-Man's going to be in it, He-Man's going to fight Skeletor, and that's it. They're really not saying anything of substance. This is that kind of drip, drip, drip reveal thing that people in marketing think we like for some reason. I'm sure at some point they will actually say some substantive stuff about what Revolution will be about and what's going to be in it, but they're just not doing that yet. And so that's it. So I am personally super looking forward to Masters of the Universe Revolution. I will check out Season 3 of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe and let you guys know what I think. And as far as the toys go, my own personal interest at this point is the Origins figures that are of Masters of the Universe characters. And as far as Eternia goes, I don't know, guys. I don't know where I would put it. If I could figure out a place I could display it, I probably would get it, but I just don't know where that would be right now. But you guys let me know. Do you have room enough in your house for the Ternia playset? Can you put an entire planet in your home? I don't know. I hope that enough of us can to get it made. And I'm super glad all of it is coming out, though, because Masters Universe appeals to so many different audiences, and I'm glad they're all getting figures that they're going to love. All right, guys, like and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, good journey.